Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep. As you know, I am here. Here I am sharing about how we can customize our Shopify theme and create our own. So far, we have completed almost every page regarding our Shopify theme. So now we are going to create our landing page. So we are going to making HTML for this one. So this is an inspiration I got from Privacy Media. They completed this long ago, so we are going to use this one. Not in a real way. We are going to just creating HTML first for this one, and then we will create a dynamic in a Shopify next video. So before any delay, let's start working on this. Let's start. Let me open my editor. Let me create a new folder here. Let's call this one product landing page, and let's open this one with our editor. Why it's opening there? So first of all, let's add new file here called index.html. index.html, and so we are not going to use here header and footer because I don't think we need that one on, but I will show an solution for that if we want. So this will be a different for our main website, main store, like this will be a same this will be on a same store but different look. I will show you how we can achieve that one. For this one we are not going to use our header and footer, so let's do it. By the way, this is a emit which is provide us HTML so many shortcuts. If you are curious, I will add and doc emits. You can use emit doc here. I will add this one also in a description. So if you want to curious how this is work, so here is all the syntax they use. So that's been said. Let's move back to our HTML. So here I'm going to use first section, and first section will be our this section, and here we are going to use this h1 and lorem sum button and image. So let's do it. So for this, let's add here a div. Let's call this one product landing. Product banner, and then next thing is let's add a container, and in this container I am going to call product banner inner, and in this let's add two more divs, one for our content and second for our image. I'm not going to add any class for this one, so that's it. And here I'm going to use here, let's call this one h1. In h1 we are going to use, let's use same heading, for content let's call p with lipsum multiply by 3. Oops, I think it's a lorem. Yes, it's a lorem. Multiply by 3. So what this do, this will generate and text randomly. As a developer, I think you already know what lorem some dummy text. And for image, let's copy same image because I think it's a better. So if we want the same look and feel, I'm going to save this one. Next thing, let's add an style here, .css, and call it here. And save this one. So if we are going to check this one, I think we don't have live server extension. Let's install that one too. Live server. Okay. So what this will do, this will let us run our HTML without any opening any file. So let's restart our Visual Compose code. Okay, now we can go live from here. I think it's better if we make this little bit zoom. I think this far is fine. Okay, so what this will do, this will automatically refresh our HTML. So okay, let's go to our style. What I'm going to do is, now before that, let's add root root, and here I'm going to call 3 variables. Let's call this one primary color as 33 and for secondary 444, secondary let's call this one overlay, and I'm not going to try different thing today with the RGB. So instead of I'm going to use any color or anything, I'm going to do is simple color option, because we can use alpha on with our setting. So I also want to change that one too, because when we are going to play with our landing page, we will also play with our color options, Shopify's dynamic colors. So I will show new thing with the Shopify's colors options. We can use like as RGB or HSL or hexa. So majorly we can use hexa value, but we can also convert them in RGB also. So let's back to our landing page HTML. So here I'm going to do is box sizing is border box and margin 0 plus padding 0, and this you can see it's also come with the from our emit. So if I going to hit control space, and this will open our emit this will open emits pop-up. So below this will be our output will be from this. So if I enter, this will be our output. So let's I also forget about one thing. Let's open Google fonts.google.com, and here I'm going to add this pop-in. So there is two way we can use the fonts. One, we can download them, convert them, and keep them on our website, or other way is we can call them by import or with link. So if we select any option here, as you can see, let's bring this one big for the time being. Medium, semi-bold and bold. We can copy this one from here, or we can this call in our style. If I copy this one and we can keep this one here, and link as you know will be belong to our HTML. So there is one more way. If I go download this is our pop-ins. And if extract this one in here, so this will give us this all the source files, so we can convert them by transformer. I will give this one's link also. Here we can upload the our fonts we want. In my case is Popin, and this one is going to generate all this one, and I'm going to select TTF, SVG, EOTF. So this will generate these 5 files from our font, and this will also give us an CSS file too to import the fonts. If I select convert it, and now it's processing. Okay, now we can download this one. Meanwhile, let's open our folder of our HTML. What I'm going to do is let's create a folder for CSS, and for JS, and next thing is fonts. I think this is done. Okay, this is our Shopify's. Okay, if I'm going to back, this is our downloaded form. I'm going to extract them, and this is all the things we need, and I'm going to copy all our fonts. As you can see, this is Popin thin. Start from here, EOD, then SVG, then TTF, then WF, and WF2. So this is our 5 files generated from TTF file, and this is important because some browser support SVG, some support WF, some are support EOF. So that's why we have to compile them, convert them, and this is the only way, because website don't know, browsers don't know about TTF format only. So different browser we want to not have to break user experience for our fonts only. So before we have to import any font in a website, we can do this one. So what I'm going to do, copy this one and keep it on our fonts folder. And next thing is CSS. And this is all our CSS. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this one, select all, and paste here. After that, One more thing, we have to call them on top. So sorry for this pop-up. So back to this one. So this is coming in capital letters, so which is bit, what we can say, not comforting me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select same names for fonts and then hit F2 and then P lowercase and B lowercase. So this will, what this will do, this will convert all the names in our design fonts, and also not going to change the extension of the fonts. So I'm going to do same with others. Okay, that's done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove italic version here from here too. Now we got our fonts, and the next thing is we have to make this one also in lowercase. I'm going to select this all by Control Shift forward arrow. Then I have just modified my uppercase and lowercase. Control Z. Lowercase keys. You can find this in setting, keyword shortcuts, and then here you can search it for lower case. So this is my, what I'm going to do is Control Shift L. It's showing 3 already commands existing using this one. So what I'm going to do is oops Control Shift Alt and L. So this will, if I click this one, this say this is already using the same command. So you can also search this by command, because just like I also modified in uppercase, you can check this one here also. So you can also modify others too, just in case you want to use the same shortcut as mine. So this is done, and next thing is our fonts in our fonts folder. So what I have to do, I'm going to select this URL, Control D, and this will select all pop-ins. And next I'm going to go back in, I'm going to outside in from CSS folder. So for that I have to do 2 times dots and forward slash. So this will move me outside CSS folder. And next is sorry, this is not like this. because we are already in a shop in root folder of our folder. So I'm going to save this one and move this to CSS folder, and then I'm going to doing same thing. If I double forward slash outside and then it's saying me CSS folder, fonts folder and JS folder, it's are in root folder. So what we are going to do is going to select fonts folder, because all fonts are in our fonts folder, and select this one. Oops, there is one thing is, and why it's doing this one like this. I think other is fine, it's just doing this one with only first one. So I have to select this is EOD, colon, and close. Okay, so our fonts is loaded now. What I'm going to do, body, font family. So this is font family coming from this here. If we change any name here, so we have to use the same name here. So this is our font family's name. So I suggest not to change anything here, because this will be create some error in other browsers. So keep this one as it's generated. And second one is fallback font family. In case this is not loaded, then this font family will be loaded. Okay, that's done, and let's move to our next thing. And I'm going to use here is by the way, in this one I'm going to use REM. So there will be different not a big difference in a REM. I will make a complete video regarding this one, but you can also check, there's a ton more different videos regarding this REM, AEM and difference. So you can check them all also if you want like to create if you would like to I have to create the font same video for this one. I will create, and just let me in comments. So for that said, let's move to next. I'm going to use color will be our where. So where is the for our call this variable. So by the way, variable start with double colon double minus, or you can hyphen. So if I hit, I'm going to use primary color, and this will by the way in it, and that's done. And next thing I'm going to use is fz is 1.1 rem r, and if I use e, then it will be also convert this in em, and if I use c p, this will convert in percentage. By default this will be if it's a dot it will be in am, if without dot it will be pixel. So what I'm going to do, 1 r, and then this will be moved to rm, and line height will be 1.6, and save. And next thing I'm going to use h1, and let's copy this one multiple time, f2, f3, f4, f5 and 6, comma, and let's make this height is line height is smaller, and next thing let's create an anchor tag as a color same variable primary, and text decoration none. You can use this one as it I used, and colon. This is already smart enough to understand what we are going to use, so we can use like this one. Okay, so next thing I'm going to use image will be width, not a width, max width 100%. So after that let's see what we got now. We don't need this one and this one. Let's move this one in the side. Let's move to our container. Max width will be 11, 100%, not percent, it will be pixel. And this is done. I think we got oops, this is not working because we haven't changed this here. No, it's not picking this one. Not min, it will be max width. Okay, so now it's acting like this. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to use margin 0 auto, and save this one. Okay, so this is center, and what is next? I'm going to use this one because this will be more difficult to do without this one. Let's work on this. I'm going to use display flex, flex, wrap will be wrap, and justify content space between. Okay, this is done. And next thing I'm going to use is flex. One is for growth, one is shrink, and this is our width of our divs. So I'm going to use 50% because this will be a 50%. If we want, we can also use gap, 1 rem. Let's move this one auto. I think gap will be not work with this one. Let's do with 50%. Okay, so there is one more thing we can do. I forget here is I'm going to use padding 15 pixel, or 30 pixel. Let's call this one 30 pixel. So what I'm going to do is here I'm going to use margin 0 minus 30 pixel. So this will be outside from our container, as you can see, but we want to this start from here. So for that we are going to use padding 0 30 pixel, and what this will do, this will create an space here for us. So in case we have a very close call, then we can make different in two columns. I learned this from Bootstrap. They using same thing from years, so this is come bit handy. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is let's move this in a center, aligned center. Items, center. Okay, we got this already. Let's call this one is product banner start and end. Okay, that's done, and save this one. So we got this one. So next thing is our next section, which is this one. So oops, I forgot this read more button. Let's create that one too. This will be our button because we will create our form for this one. As you know, Shopify work only with forms, so but I'm going to pretend this is a form, and then we will add an button. So this will be our dynamic button. So just let me know about comments what you want to hear called dynamic buttons, or we have to use normal add to cart button. So please let me know. So we will work on Shopify on based on that. So for the timing, I'm going to call this button is submit, and read more. Let's call here also and class will be our btn. Okay, let's add this one here. Button will be our display inline block. Background color will be where primary. Let's add one more here. Okay, this is done, and let's call this one secondary button on hover. And in buttons, color will be our variable. Where is our primary button color? Cursor is pointer. Font size FZ is 1 rem. Okay, let's save this one. Let's see what we got now. Okay, border none. BD none, and BDRS to rem. Save. Three and FFF. Okay, now this done, and padding 0.8 R and minus top bottom will be 1.5. So left right will be 1.5 rem, and save this one. Why is padding not working? there will be not minus, and empty will be 0.5. Say okay, this is done. So next thing is our second section. So let's keep all this in one line. Okay everyone, this video become very big, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to split in two videos. So we are going to complete this in next video. So till then, keep coding, be awesome.